Holidays and travelling. 1. What do you do in your holidays?
For most holidays, I just stay home and rest and enjoy myself. But if it's a particularly long holiday, I like to travel. If I stay home, I can read and play computer games and do what I like to do. I can spend time with my friends, although often my relatives want me to visit them as well. So there is a lot to do.
2. Do you think holidays are becoming more and more important?
Not necessarily. Holidays have always been important to people. But of course, the harder your work, the more important your holiday becomes to you, because you need that relaxation more.
3. Do you like to travel in your holidays or free time?
If it's a long holiday, I love to travel, especially to places I have never been to before. It's an adventure and you see so many great and beautiful and strange things. I really enjoy travelling because when you have a change of scenery and a change of environment for a while, it helps you to relax and is good for your health.
4. What kind of places do you like to travel to?
I like to travel to exotic places, different countries, and places with beautiful natural scenery. However, I don't often have the opportunity to go to places like that, so instead I like to go to places where I can enjoy myself with my friends and where there are fun things to do together.
5. Have you ever been to the seaside?
Yes, I've had several vacations at the seaside. There is a beach not too far from where my family lives, so every time I go to visit my family, we spend a lot of time on the beach.
6. Why do some people take their holidays at the seaside?
I guess they like to swim, lie on the sand, tan, and go sailing on the sea. Plus, there are usually a lot of nice restaurants near the seaside, and it is a good opportunity to enjoy fresh seafood.
7. Do you want to live near the sea?
No, I don't like the sea. It's so salty and deep, and there are all kinds of fish and other creatures swimming about in it. On the other hand, the air is often quite clean near the sea, and the weather very pleasant compared to farther inland. So if I was concerned about my health, I would probably choose to live near the sea. Housing and accommodation. 1. What kind of housing, accommodation do you live in?
I live in an apartment building. My family owns 2 apartments right next to each other, and I live in the smaller apartment with my sister. My mother and father and my father's parents live in the other.
2. How do you like it?
Oh, I like it very much. I live quite high up and I have a wonderful view of the city, and it is very convenient to live near my parents, as my mum often cooks for us when we are very busy.
3. What kind of decorations does do the rooms, have?
The apartment is very nicely furnished, though simple. We have a brand new living room set, a couch and 2 chairs, which my parents picked out. My sister and I picked out the curtains and lamps and knickknacks so that it has some kind of a Middle Eastern style. We decorated our own rooms with all the things we saved from growing up.
4. What kind of house or apartment do you want to live in?
I want to live in a little house in the country with 2 floors and a big attic and basement, and wide gardens and orchards around it. I would probably have to live in an apartment in town most of the time, and I would like my apartment to also have 2 floors.
5. Which is your favourite room in your home?
My favourite room is my room, because it has my bed and things in it, and a little window seat where you can sit in the sunshine and look outside. When I want to get away from everything for a while, I can escape to my room surrounded by the things I love that remind me of happy memories. And if I want to chill, I can play computer games whenever I want.
6. Which room does your family spend most of the time in?
My family spends most of their time in the living room. We often watch DVDs together, or we just talk about our day. And if we have friends or relatives over, we will all go into the living room to sit and talk and eat some snacks.
7. What would you say is the best thing about your home?
My favourite thing about my home is the big terrace we have. It's a very pleasant place to sit in the warm weather. There is a secret door inside a closet that leads out onto the terrace, and we have a picnic table and chairs out there, so you can just go out there under the sky and read a book or look up into the clear blue sky.
8. Would you like to move to another place?
Not now, but eventually, yes, because I think I would be bored to live in the same place for too long. I would miss my parents, so it would be hard to move away from home. But at the same time, I am anxious to have a life of my own. Plus, I think that living in a big city is very impersonal, and I would like to live in a different place. Sports and exercise. 1. What is your favourite sport?
My favourite sport is definitely soccer. I love the feeling of being out there on the field and just running with the wind.
2. Why do you like it so much?
In soccer, the rules are not too complicated, but it's very competitive and takes a lot of skill and talent to play well. I always have fun when I'm playing or watching it on TV.
3. What is the most popular sport in your country?
I think it's basketball. Football also has always been the most popular sport in China. Badminton and ping pong are close behind.
4. Do you like to exercise daily?
No, I don't. I'm awfully lazy. I know that I need to change this habit, or I'm afraid it is going to come back and bite me in the butt.
5. How much time do you spend exercising?
Probably 5 or 6 hours a week. I know that I will not make the Olympics at that rate, but then again, sports is not my field.
6. What are the advantages of regular exercise?
There's the obvious advantage that if you regularly exercise, you will stay stronger, more fit and healthier, but you also get better sleep and it helps calm your busy mind.
7. Where do people in China usually exercise?
Young people go to the gym or go to a playground and play basketball. Older people will just go outside their apartments and do Tai Chi.
8. What forms of exercise are most popular in China?
Badminton or ping pong are very popular here in China. Basketball and football are also very popular.
9. Do you think primary school children should have sports classes at school?
I certainly think so, because primary school children have a lot of energy, and if they must remain cooped up at a desk all day, they will not be able to concentrate because they will want to go out and play.
Mass media. TV, radio, newspapers. 1. What kind of entertainment do you prefer, TV or radio?
I definitely prefer to watch TV, because then you not only get to hear, but to see, and you remember the story better when there's a picture to go with it.
2. What programs do you like to watch, listen to?
I like to watch different soap operas, and if it's a series, I never miss one.
3. How do you think TV, radio, broadcasts in China could be improved?
It would be nice to have more variety in both TV and radio here in China. It is getting a lot better now, and looks to get even better.
4. Do you prefer TV news or news on the radio?
I prefer news on the radio because then I am not distracted by the announcer and his or her presence. I like news on the radio also because of the fact that you can get it more often. On TV, it is limited to certain hours of the day.
5. Do you read newspapers?
Yes, I like to read them very much. They are a source of information for me, and I can keep up with my favourite sports team through them.
6. Which section of the newspaper do you like to read? Why?
My favourite sections of the newspaper are the sports section and the entertainment section. I like to keep up with personalities and what they are doing.
7. Do you think the internet will replace newspapers one day?
Yes, I definitely think so. I think that as more people have access to the internet and computers, paper will eventually become a thing of the past. It's quicker and easier to update web pages on the internet than to print a whole newspaper.